Let's take a look around the Circuit de Monaco, a 2.074 mile circuit, 19 turns in total, 41.29 metre elevation change, and just one DRS zone. A fan and driver's favourite. The lap begins coming out of Anthony Nogues on the curved start straight and up towards turn 1. 210 metres for you on the brakes into Saint-Devote, up the hill at Beau-Rivage towards Massenet. Keep the car sort of as best straight as you can for a light dab of the brakes into Massenet at the top of the hill. Then it's into Casino Square before avoiding the bump on the left hand side of the track downhill into the Mirabeau hairpin down to second gear. Control the throttle as you come around the Lowe's hairpin or Fairmont hairpin, whichever you prefer. 30 miles per hour, the slowest corner on the track. Portier 1 leads into Portier 2 as well before you can get open the throttle as you come down through the tunnel section. Keep the car in as you adjust to the sunlight bursting in your eyes. Downhill braking zone into the Nouvelle chicane. Flick through as tight as possible. Opportunity to overtake is here. Down towards Tabac as well. Don't hit the bar on the outside as you flick the car through. Then try and keep a straight line by touching the barriers to the swimming pool chicane. Braking hard then as well. Provide a interesting little end to the lap at Rascasse as well. A tight sort of hairpin after a straight. Anthony Nogues as well, the tightest corner on the track. Booted hard towards the line with the DRS open, across the line, and that is a lap of Monte Carlo.
Previously in Formula 2.
Welcome to the streets of Baku.
Baku delivered great racing.
Formula 2 is underway. Victor Martins nearly careering into both of them. And Richard Bouchon has damage to the front wing. Ralph Boschon on the side of the road. And Vesti able to make the move to the inside. Oliver Behrman out of the wheel tracks using DRS.
Kramer looking very much the class of the field.
Drama, turn 1.
Who takes victory in this one? Oh, into the wall! Massive crash!
I had nowhere to go.
Vesti battling Behrman!
It's down to turn 1. Behrman round the outside.
Behrman's got it! It's his first Formula 2 victory.
It was amazing. How we have to repeat it tomorrow?
Teo Porcher dives to the inside at turn 1. Behrman retakes the lead of the feature. It's pass and repass. Oliver Behrman does the double in Baku.
Now we're in Monte Carlo.
The glitz, the guts, the glory.
F2 in Monaco is go.
It is the best street circuit in the world. Who can deny the Monaco Grand Prix? FIA Formula 2 is back. We couldn't race in Emilia-Romagna, we can race here. It is literally a gamble of wits. How brave are you to take on this 3.337 kilometre circuit? 30 laps ahead of us in the sprint race as well. A total of 19 turns, elevation change of 41.95 metres as well. It's a close, challenging, demanding circuit that is adored by all. Boschung versus Zhou. A few years ago as well, right round the outside at turn 1. Boschung hammered to the dart, back on the inside. Down at the Lowe's hairpin last year, Sato up the inside of Lawson as well in a brave move. And how about all the way down at the Rascasse area as well in 2021 in a wet race? Piastri battling it out as well in contention. Well, our system's having a little bit of a glitch this morning, as you can see. Like in earlier on, we haven't got any data from the track, but alongside me in the commentary box is Synthel as well, and Richie's with us as well, I believe, in the background, unless he's disconnected. Hello, Synth. Welcome to Formula 2 at its best. It's Monaco, and it's always crazy.
Yeah, well, it's going to be a difficult circuit, of course, and it's going to be very interesting to see this race. Of course, the overtaking is going to be difficult, so we're not going to see the double of over Behrman what we saw in Baku, because obviously he's going to start from 15th, and it's basically guaranteed he's not going to be able to win from there. So, let's see if we can see some overtaking today. Hopefully we will.
Here's your starting grid. Isaac Hadjar pole position. Alongside him on the front row is going to be Amor Wasep. There's Jaruvla and Crawford alongside as well. We've got a problem with our screens up here in the comms box as well, as you can tell. So we'll go through the grid again. Isaac Hadjar pole position. Amor Wasep is second. John Jaruvla is third. Jack Crawford fourth. Richard Vashura is fifth. Sixth for Zane Maloney. Seventh for Jack Doohan. Eighth is Theo Poitier. Victor Martins ninth, and Frederick Vesti rounds out the top 10. 11th on the grid for Amor Cordial. 12th for Kushmani. 13th on the grid as well, looking down for Juan Manuel Correa. Enzo Fittipaldi has 14th. Looking further as well, 15th on the grid for Clement Novalak, 16th for Oliver Behrman, 17th for Dennis Hauger, 18th for Roy Nazani, 19th Ralph Boschung, 20th is Anthony Clare, 21st for Brad Benedivez, 22nd out there too for Roman Stanek, who's got a 3-place grid penalty for causing a collision in qualifying too. So Omi's with us as well in the background. Hello Omi. F2 time now, and it's here in Monaco as well.
Yes, hello. Looking forward to this race. I'm really excited, and I think this is going to be much more better than the F3 sprint. I'm expecting a tiny bit more chaos. I'm expecting a lot more wheel-to-wheel. Obviously, we won't see as good of racing as we've seen so far this year due to it being Monaco, but it's going to be lovely watching these cars go around, and maybe some late dive bombs. And when you do get those overtakes, they're even more special because they're a tiny bit more rear than other circuits. So it's going to be great. Looking forward to this. I'm really excited. And can Isaac Hadjar, as we've just got our start time, so 2:20 local time for them. In the UK, it's in 5 minutes anyway, so 1:20 for us. However, can Isaac Hadjar turn pole to the race victory, or will Evaso Deruvalo or any other drivers take it away? And turn number 1 will be their best opportunity to take it if Hadjar doesn't get off the line. But if Hadjar gets away well, then it's pretty much over, mostly at the first corner, but then you can obviously overtake later on, but it's going to be very hard. But Evaso Deruvalo need to try and hope that Hadjar doesn't get away off the line well, and you kind of want to have it inch ahead if you are going to, from second position, go for the lead at turn 1.
We understand that this delay is because the computer systems have broken down. So all the computers up in the commentary boxes, you may have noticed, have gone down, but the timings have actually gone down as well in race control. The system's trying to change over from one to the other, and it has actually crashed. So apologies for all this. It's not actually our fault for once today, since we saw this back in Formula 3. Their timings took ages to actually load in, and it seems to be happening now in the F2.
Yeah, and on the Formula 2 Instagram, they first uploaded the starting, but that was incorrect actually. So they've now deleted it, but yeah, that's also somehow they messed up that. So I think it's from outside the top 10. They've switched them around. So they said that Maney was 11th and Cordial was 12th, and so on. Instead, it was the other way around, because obviously maybe it's been a bit more confusing with that. This different qualifying format they had, of course, here in Monaco, with 2 groups, Group A and Group B, because otherwise it would have been too busy in qualifying.
So we'll get our systems back operational shortly. Basically, you're not going to tell much difference up here in the commentary on the watchdog, because we've got a timing tower from F2.com, and usually after the opening lap it sort of jigs back in as well. So we'll do a quick refresh. The start procedure, they're delayed by 10 minutes due to this computer failure we've had up here. I'm going to open the door because it's really hot in this commentary box as well. So I'm going to ask you a question, Omi, as well. Pole position for Isaac Hadjar. We saw this morning a win for Jose Maria Marti from pole. Can Hadjar do the same?
Well, he has a chance. He has pole position, and Monaco really hard to overtake. But I have a feeling that Evaso is going to take this and I think obviously there's a chance that Hadjar might just crack under that pressure if Ivasa is putting the pressure on. But I have a feeling I'm going to go for Ivasa to win this one. So that's going to be very interesting as well. And that's another thing. If you are the car ahead, most likely if you're the car ahead, then you just gotta make sure you don't make a mistake. But if you're the car behind, you want to keep the pressure on, so the driver in front does make a mistake. So that's going to be another thing. That you just got to keep the pressure on and hope there's a mistake, and once there's a mistake it just opens the door, you get much more closer. If you don't get the move done, then you're much closer, and maybe you can go for a move very quickly, and being close is going to be crucial, and getting some good exits, and especially through Anthony Nose all the way down towards Santa Vot. If you can't do it there, you also have the Novell chicane, or you can obviously do it into the Rascal if someone does get a bit unsettled through the swimming pool section, so that will also be interesting to see there. But this is really going to be a good race. We're hoping for a good race, and I hope we get it.
Sith, how awful is this going to be for the drivers right there, sitting out there on the track with a 10-minute delay and everything? Is this going to play on their minds at a street circuit where you need to have utter concentration to have this delay?
Yeah, well, they've got formation left to prepare, of course, but these drivers will, they know how to handle with these types of things, so surely this will go well, and I think they're still very focused. It's 5 minutes, I think 5 minute delay in total.
Yeah.
It should have started in 15, but it won't be too big of an issue for them. But we're going to start the formation lap any second now.
Yeah, so there's the grid format as well with the 2 lights. That will become the 1. And then we will get the start procedure underway with the cars lined upon the grid. Isaac Hadjar pole position, and Owasa is second, Juval third, fourth for Crawford, as you can see on your timing tower. And hopefully as well, we're not going to have a safety car in the opening lap. And we get a clean getaway. 1 light to go. These, looks like they've finally added a new little board down there. What used to say the Tag Heuer, the official watch sponsor of the Monaco Grand Prix, now has got an electronic LED board that's been put up. I didn't see that activated this morning, so it looks like they've just activated ahead of FP3. Away we go then, finally, on the formation lap here for the Monaco Grand Prix of Formula 2's sprint race. Cars will be now venturing out on the circuit. Fingers crossed they're going to be in a good mood and they're not going to have too much danger with it and having some problems, but they pull away and hopefully it might trigger some timings. We'll have everything back, I think, after lap 1 as well. So it's just a little glitch in the systems, probably because it's Monaco and they use Automotive Club Monaco timing systems, not FOMS. Even though we produce the TV coverage, this event is run jointly by the FIA and the Automotive Club de Monaco. Let's head then for the top 3. Starting with P3.
I'm gonna try to overtake, so I'm gonna push, hopefully make it fun, and if there's a gap, I'm gonna go for it. So let's see how it goes.
That's a good opportunity to take some points for sure from P2. So also it will be possible to take a win. So yeah, I will try to do my best anyway, because we have a speed for sure this weekend. If I get a clean start, we are hoping for a race win. So yeah, I think I'll make the most out of the first corner and then stay really focused for 30 laps. It's going to be a long one. So yeah, the target is to win it.
Good results then, good times coming from them, everybody. Fingers crossed we're in for an interesting 30 laps here. And of course, Omi, the one thing with this track is we've got pit stops give us the best advantage. No pit stops in a sprint race for Formula 2. That all comes tomorrow in the feature. So are they going to have to be a bit more brave with overtakes here and sort of actually go for it to make up positions? Top 8 get points, of course.
Yes, they are going to have to go for some moves, but they cannot rely like they can tomorrow on doing some undercut, doing some overcut, doing some different strategies. They're all out there. Unless you get any kind of damage, you are not going in that pit lane. You are staying out on the racetrack, and it's going to be great to see. We're going to have to see the drivers forcing some moves, trying to force their rivals to make mistakes. Late sends will need to happen if you want to overtake. And let's say Arthur Leclerc, he's starting near the back. He needs to try to turn it around after a crash in qualifying yesterday. That's going to be interesting to see what he can do as well from the back. But at the front of the field, the 2 Red Bull Juniors about to do battle.
Sid, this is going to be chaos. Do you reckon there'll be a safety car to turn 1 quickly? You're on mute, sorry.
Yeah, sorry, the first lap's going to be the most important, so yeah, the chances, there's
There we go.
bigger chance that it's going to be a safety car.
2 lights, 3, 4, 5 red lights. Lights out in Monaco. Good start from Hadjar, but coming up is Daruvula. Wassa cuts off it towards turn number 1 and immediately trying to have a go at Isaac Hadjar. Doesn't make it into Sandavot. Up the hill we go into Beau Rivage and then Massenet and Casino Square. And there's still some side-by-side action. They've all got through cleanly turn 1. The top of the hill is usually a bit of a danger zone for Formula 2. All looks to be okay as we head down side by side. Is that Theo Pourchaire? I think it is. Pourchaire trying to go around the outside of Doohan. Coming into the braking zone as well. Late on the brakes, charging ever so slightly as we come through Mirabeau. Pourchaire's been forced wide, loses out position to Doohan. Tries to come back. Doohan trying to go around the outside. I think of Maloney. Martin's involved too. 3 wide in the hairpin. They just about get a void there. There's a few bumps in thought, but all gets through cleanly. Mute.
Yeah, many
Yeah,
contact
go.
in that hairpin because there's going to be so slow, it's all just bunching up. So there was some contact down the tunnel now. This is one of the best overtaking spots as well, the Nova chicane. Is anyone going to go for it in the back?
Can't tell just yet. There's a few further back. There we go. That's Boschon. Trying to have a little bit of
Oh,
Maney!
Oh!
Maney's been spun round at the hairpin, and there's a concertina,
Yeah,
and
chaos.
this will be the safety car, maybe even a red flag. Yellow flag is out. We've got
Hauger,
1, 2,
Nizani.
4.
Leclerc, Boschong, Hauger. That's what I can see right now.
Nizani as well.
We might just get away
Yeah,
with this.
Nizani.
Track is blocked. No sign of a safety car. It looks like we might get away
I
with
think
it.
Nizani has stalled it.
We've got a virtual safety car. This is how it happened. So Maney trying to go around the outside. He's going to loop it round all on his own. Only gets a tag from the back. Who tagged him? So
Yeah, that was one of the tridents. It was
Fittipaldi.
Novalak or Stanek, I think.
So
I think it
virtual
was
safety car.
Novalak. So yeah.
Wow.
I think so. I think it was Roy Nizani who stalled it. There we go. And Boschong is out as well. Yeah,
And, yeah.
this could be even be a red flag.
So Nizani and Boschong is out of the race. Hauger is in the pit lane. So is Novalak and Leclerc with damage as well. So you're right. It was Novalak who hit the back as well and caused this chain reaction. Virtual safety car is out. No sign of the full safety car being deployed at the moment as our timing towers regroup with themselves. As I said, it activated after lap 1. So Boschong and Nizani are out of the race, and it's all chaos further back as well. Got to get the rear jack. He stalled it.
Novalak stalled it.
Oh, things you don't want to do on the opening lap is cause carnage, and it's exactly what's happened. And is that another? He stalled it again.
Leclerc.
Novalak stalled it again. Leclerc gets out, so the bad luck continues. The safety car is on standby as well. Leclerc
And
leaves the
Hauger's now
pits.
in the pits.
Hauger's back in, yeah.
That's not
and-
what you want. It's your first home race for Arthur Leclerc.
Novalak finally gets going. Hauger's stalled as the virtual safety car is still out. I'm amazed they've been able to clear this under virtual safety car, to be fair. With a track blockage like that, I was convinced we'll have a stop period, but they're bypassing the turn completely, they've been told by their stewards. So, the safety car, it had to be a safety car because they need to get a crane out there, they need to get the marshals out there, and the field isn't bunched up. So the safety car, I think, had to come out because there's too many people around. They need to bunch the pack up together, get a tractor out there, and get that car recovered. So, drama here on the opening lap of the F2 race in Monaco. Hauger leads Awasa, Daruvula, Crawford for sure. That is the same. It's the same top 6. It's the same top 7. The top 7 have not changed since the start, and here it is since.
Yeah, well, it was a good start, turn 1, and yeah, it mostly kept it clean, luckily. Good start from Hadjar, and of course, it was trying to get that lead. And Daruvula had to defend as well from Crawford into turn 1. Some slight contact maybe there with Maney and Pourchaire. That caused Pourchaire to have a very bad exit in turn 1 as well. Here's Arthur Leclerc, who's somehow gained 2 positions while he's spent a lot of time in the pit lane. But here he is, he obviously was involved with that incident in the Nova chicane. Down into turn 1 he was doing a very good job keeping it clean, but there was nowhere to go in the Nova chicane because it was just blocked in front of him.
And this is all the drama at the Lowe's hairpin. So look who got a tag further back. That is going to be Behrman, who's getting hit around several times. And then this is all the
with
drama.
Hauger.
And this is the drama again only down at the chicane. As since
Yeah, so
Novalak
maybe just
hitting
trying
it.
to do the up and under, I think, there.
Yeah.
Yeah, Manny was trying to do the up and under, but then Novalak was just slamming on the throttle to try and get a good exit, and he's just where they're obviously slowing down. So watch here with Leclerc, he's just gonna have nowhere to go, going on the racing line like normal, but then he finds out that there's a bit of a pile up here, and then he just has to stop the car right there. But you can see Manny tries it up and under, but then Novalak is just trying to get on the power straight away and hits Manny, and the car ahead, the number 15 car there as well, also was just basically just ran very wide into the Novel chicane, so running really wide, and it basically meant that Maney tried to switch it to the outside, and Novalak just ran into the back, and that caused that little pile up there at the Novel chicane. But it's kind of as you expected, a tiny bit of chaos here in Formula 2.
I think it was Cordial, wasn't it? That number
Cordial.
15. And well, it was clear Cordial braked too late in the Nova chicane, and he had to take such a tight apex that he was slowing down so much, and Novalak was not expecting that. So somehow Cordial, the one who maybe started that, did not get involved in it at all eventually, and I think Novalak maybe is the other one who gets the blame for that, for maybe not be able to notice it on time, but that's just very difficult to do because they were just stopping at just one point. So, well, that cost a safety car. Lap 2 safety car for a lap 1 incident.
Seems like it, as Novalak and Hauger are now a lap down according to our timing screens, although I thought they got out within that lap time, so we'll see if they are going to get that lap back, because as we know, lapped cars are allowed to overtake under the safety car, so we might see Novalak and Hauger get out of jail free card, but overtaking Monaco is difficult. So Novalak and Hauger have not lost a lap. They've kept their third lap time. That is brilliant news. They've just got to catch up to the field. We're on lap 4 of 30. We've completed 3 laps. Isaac Hadjar is your leader from pole position. The top 7 have remained exactly the same from where we started the race, actually, as well. But not really surprising. Let's go down to the pits, I think.
To be ready for any incident that can come, then a safety car, and be ready to stop in that moment, because you know, we have a strategy, we have a plan, but we know that for sure we won't go through this plan because something will happen. So we will need to be ready for it and ready to change the strategy in one moment.
You always have to.
That's Campos as well as Mant on this. Let's just talk a quick bit about the championship at the moment, though. I think that's really entertaining to go through that, because Theo Pourchaire, he leads on 65 points as well. Frederick Vesti's on 62. Amon Mawassa's on 58. Oliver Behrman is the same as Kushmani, rounding out the top 5 on 41. Then we've got Dennis Hag on 38. Artie Leclerc's on 34. Ralph Bosch on 33. Johan Jaruvla 32. 31 for Enzo Fittipaldi, rounding out the top 10. Maloney and Verschoor level on 29. Duan's on 24. Isaac Hadjar is on 18, who's leading this race, by the way. Martin's on 17, Crawford 16, Juan Manuel Correa's on 5, 2 for Novalak, 1 for Stanak, Nazani, Cordial and Benedivez are all on 0 at the moment as well. In the team standings, Prema lead, 103, the Dams 92, ART have 82, Campos 74, MP Motorsport have 70, Roddick Carlin have 16, High Tech 34, the same as Van Amersfoort Racing, 24 for Virtuosi, Trident on 3, PHM Racing by Charoux have 0, which is very bad news for them as well. But the championship, just 3 points between them. Pourchaire currently is in 9th position, whereas Frederick Vesti is in 10th position since. So there's a little bit of a battle between them two going on right now.
Yeah, well, they're close together. Let's see if they're going to try, maybe because of that, Vesti is going to try and attack Pourchaire, and well, every attack, every attempt of overtaking could just has a 50% chance of ending in an incident around this track. So that's going to be quite interesting to see how that's going to pan out. We know safety car restarts are after time to try and overtake. Here we go. Then this lap is going to be back to racing.
No idea why that just said stream ending. I removed the safety car button. Don't know why that happened. I pressed the remove safety car and the stream ending button flashed up. That keeps happening with us. Apologies, everybody. We're not leaving you. Green flag is coming back out, though. It's up to Isaac Hadjar, though. When he wants to hit the gas, he's got a Wassa right behind him. High Tech versus Dams. MP coming into it as well. Crawford and Verschoor out of the last corner. Green flag. Race on again here in Monaco. And is anyone going to go for a move? Rolling start here in Monaco. It's quite hard to get a move in towards turn number 1. Oh, hello.
Wassa.
Awasa thought about around the outside. Hadjar sort of gone a little bit
Iwasa's taking
about
the lead.
Oh, well, yeah.
Oh,
Hadjar stopped.
Hajar.
Hadjar's got a problem.
Isaac Hadjar. Is it a puncture? What's happened to the rear car? Has he hit the wall?
I have a puncture.
He's got a puncture.
That is
Isaac Hadjar has a puncture and has lost the lead of the Monaco Grand Prix sprint race. And it's Awasa into the lead. I was wondering what happened because they're the two same liveried cars, Red Bull. And the camera cut the wrong time and Awasa takes the lead. So Hauger drops right to the back. Are we sure it's a puncture? Are we sure he didn't touch the wall?
Nice engine. It's the engine.
It's the engine, yeah, I thought so.
Okay, so it's
And that could cause a safety car if he has to stop somewhere. He's in free fall. It could even cause a red flag if he gets it in. He's in first gear though, so he is still driving.
Yeah, let's see if he can find a nice place to park it, or he's gonna try to make his way all the way to the pit lane. But very bad news for the pole sitter here, and Hadjar is going to be out of this race.
Awasa takes the lead, being chased by Jaruvla, Crawford for sure, Maloney doing Victor Martins, Pourchaire, Vesti. Pourchaire now crucially getting 1 point in this sprint race as well. And with Vesti right behind him not getting any. Now, Hauger, I think he hasn't, well, his timing hasn't actually changed over actually, so we'll see where he is on the sector times at the moment, but it could be that Hauger had stopped in the second sector. Yeah, Hauger might, if he doesn't get this one refied, he might be out of the race, and if he's out of the race in a dangerous position, it could cause another safety car. Here's a replay with Victor Martins, and this is through the tunnel section, and he's passed Thiaut Pourchaire. Hang on, he's locked up. Oh, has he cut the corner to do that?
No, he's gonna get the position back.
Surprise Pourchaire didn't get through. Now, where is Hadjar? He is up. Where is Hadjar? 20th still. Hauger's up there as well in 19th. So our pole sitter not looking too great, unfortunately, for Isaac Hadjar. Is he in the pit lane yet?
He's still on track. He's still driving.
Okay, that could be interesting where we're going to see him because the guys are going to catch him up here any second now as they fly through into the middle sector. That's not what we need. Through the Nouvelle chicane to back. If he's at the swimming pool, that could be something. Race control. Incident involving, is that Novalak? Yeah.
Yeah,
Speeding
it's
in the pit lane. Oh. Can't get anything right, can he? Hadjar's made it to the pit lane.
Hadjar's managed to get in the pits, yeah.
Brilliant. Time penalty for Clement Novalak of 10 seconds. Speeding in the pit lane. Isaac Hadjar's back in and he's out of the race. Visor up. Bitter disappointment for him. Lap 8 of 30 though, with 32 minutes left on the clock. You can just tell, can't you? How many times to get to lead in Monaco. Let's have a listen then on the restart. So he hits the accelerator coming out, but you can't overtake him to the start-finish line. So yeah, look, it goes over the line and Hadjar takes him. That's bizarre. Can't hear it off the replay though. Yeah, that's a shame. And he pulls over.
I thought it was a puncture at first as well.
Yeah. I was thinking, what could it be? Because it was like, did he have a puncture with the debris on the track through the swimming pool chicane? Because they just went through that again, so did they miss something from the carbon fibre? But no. Under investigation, Clement Novalak. Oh, what now? Pit lane is the
he's going to be getting off.
He's speeding in the pit lane again. He's done it twice.
Oh.
How's he done that?
No, that must be a mistake.
Has to
right?
be.
He is not. Yeah.
So we've had him under investigation. We've had a time penalty, and now he's under investigation again. Okay, I don't believe in coincidences, but that seems to be a little bit of a thing. Maybe they start to get him. Just taking a look at the data screen at the moment. It's getting very close. Hawassa 1:23.836. He's got 2 seconds to Jaruvla. And there is Hadjar in the pit lane. Time penalty for Clement Novalak. Another 5 seconds for speeding the pit. So he's done it twice.
Yes. What? Has he maybe done it exiting the... Did he not have a pit limiter on or something? Did he forget to do that and then just... When he exit after he left his box,
yeah,
he sped again or something.
So maybe he's what, on entry and exit? I'm sure that's one attempt.
Yeah, I guess so. He's not pitted twice, has he?
No, let's have a look on the... No. Novalak's been through the pit lane once, according to the data screen.
That's weird.
So, in one entry into the pits, he's got 2 speeding fines. That must be some sort of record for speeding in the pits. I've never seen that before. Lap 9 of 30. Iwasa, Jarubila, Crawford, Vershaw, Maloney, Dewan, Martins, Porcher, Vesti, Cordial, top 10, Fittipaldi, Correa, Behrman, Brenadives, Stanak, Maney, Leclerc, Novalak, Hauger. Out of the race is Hauger, Hadjar, Nazani and Boschung. They've all retired.
Oh, Martin's so close.
He certainly is pushing it to the wall, isn't he, as we start lap 10 and complete lap 9. A little bit of a break in towards turn number 1 and Saint Devon. So once again, it looks to be a follow-me-leader race. Fastest lap, as I said to us. Go on.
Sorry. It looks like Doohan and Martins are teammates, but they're not.
That's Boschung.
Yeah, due to the livery.
Doohan and Martins both have the Alpine livery.
I can hear in the background Iris Powell talking as well, so double check out what that's all about. Doohan and Martin, 6 and 7. Gap between them is 1 point. Well, actually, it's 9/10 now, isn't it? It's closing in ever so slightly as they come through. One ball with Victor Martins in the ART as he comes through the tunnel section down towards the Nouvelle chicane. Lightly touching the brakes. And just gets it right as well on entry. There is Iwasa. That's not Iwasa, that's Crawford. Then Vershaw, Maloney, Doohan, Martins, Porcher coming through. Yeah, because look at that. Iwasa's 2 seconds ahead of Jarubila, who is 3 seconds ahead of Crawford. They've checked out at the front of this one, as Jarubala's actually 1.8 now. Oh, big snap!
Oh,
wow, Behrman! Huge snap coming through the swimming pool section and almost threw it to the wall. Any second it could change here. That's how you've got to keep your eyes on it.
Yeah, someone could easily go into the barriers any second. And especially when they're all behind each other, trying to maximize their exit, trying to just remain close, it's very easy to just go a bit too wide, find yourself in the wall. Jarubala's going to try and do his best to chase after Russell. I think there'll be another safety car in this one.
Yeah.
But yeah, Crawford didn't have a great restart at all. Crawford having a terrible restart. He already dropped massively behind. He was holding up this whole train of Vershaw and then Maloney, Doohan, Martins, and then Vesti was also getting close to Porcher a few seconds ago, obviously using the DRS down that start-finish straight, but Behrman also trying to get past Manuel Correa as well as going through Portier, but very hard to make the move around this racetrack, so you just gotta stay close. And if you do have a gap, which is I'd say over 4 tenths, you really don't have a chance at all, and if it is 4 tenths, then you probably need to go for a bit of a late send on that straight, but they're all remaining close. But I think they just got to keep the pressure on and then hope that someone ahead just makes a mistake and then find their way through. And also, Jarubila 1.2 seconds momentarily, 1.3 now, so he is really on it.
Closing in, and that's exactly what we want to see, because Iwasa cannot be allowed to run away with this one. It needs to have some excitement in the F2 sprint race as well. Look at this from Behrman, openly battling with out there as well with Manuel Correa. He's having a little look in the inside towards turn 1. Brakes just about keeps it together. I think Behrman, said this is the one in danger of causing the safety car. He is closing in so much on Manuel Correa, but it is literally one mistake and you're in the back. You've got to be on alert on a street circuit as we look at Behrman slide through to back.
Yeah, indeed, we've seen Behrman multiple times with some big slides. Here you can see on the exit here in the middle of Piscine. There's a slide, and you don't want to lose it there. It may be the highest corner of this highest speed corner of the circuit. So, well, luckily he kept it going. But he's got some more slides, and he's the one who's pushing the most out here. And he's kind of trying to overtake Manuel Correa if he doesn't crash before that.
Lap 12 of 30. We're approaching halfway in this sprint race. 25 minutes 30 to go on the timing board, so we'll get to it unless it's on the safety car. Let's hear from Martin Leclerc.
Ready? Yeah, the car's bottoming in the rear.
Car's bottoming in the rear. Okay, where is Leclerc now? Since that is down in 17th. Yeah. God.
Stuck behind Maney right now.
I'm hoping that, and obviously it's a bad thing to hope for, but I'm hoping that all the bad luck has sort of gone to Arthur Leclerc, so that Charles doesn't have any coming into qualifying later, because that's just going to be that's just going to be horrible if Charles has a problem, especially considering how good he was in practice 3 earlier.
Yeah, hoping for a Leclerc pole, hoping for a Leclerc win, predicting a Leclerc pole, and I'll tell you after qualifying what I'm saying for the race, which you probably can already guess what I'm going to say, unless he's starting somewhere near the back or he decides to crash it again. But yeah, F1 quality obviously coming up, excited for that one as well, but I think this one's going to have a safety car. I still feel like we're getting a safety car at some point.
Yeah. It's bubbling, isn't it, under the surface since. So Iwasa and Jaruvalo are now closing in together. The gap 1.4 seconds, so the race lead is on. And now also battle for third, Crawford and Verschoor closing in.
Yeah, well, you can nearly don't even call it a battle because it's just too far. And in these two F2 cars, it's so much more difficult to overtake. We've seen, we haven't seen a lot of overtakes in Formula 3 already, while these cars are a lot more difficult to overtake with around this circuit. So I think the only place you can overtake really here is the best place. I think Nova Chicane, and after that, I guess Mirabeau if you're close enough. But furthermore, around this circuit, there's nowhere you can really get next to, unless of course the car in front of you makes some mistakes.
Ooh, the river line inside 1 second.
Oh, hello. So where did Iwasa lose 6/10 of a second coming in towards turn number 1? That couldn't have been with DRS, so Iwasa now is going to be feeling the pressure from Jaruvalo as we ride with Arthur Leclerc. Now he's complaining of the car botting him in and out on him, so the rear of the car is scraping along the floor, and he can feel that as well on his seat. Started 20th, improved to 17th despite being involved in a crash. Got helped up by that safety car though, after crashing of course in qualifying. Looping around the steering wheel, the butterfly steering wheel, where you've really got to take your hand off the wheel with no power steering. Got to take your hand off the wheel to get around that hairpin as he comes through the tunnel. Oh, a little bit of a misgear there as he continues to push on. This is looking really good from Leclerc as he comes into the braking zone for the Nouvelle Chicane. Tyres start to get
the closest battle now is the most interesting battle as well. Vesti and Pucher. Oh, actually, this is now closer. It was close for a second.
Leclerc thinking about a move out to back, trying to pass Maney. So tight between them now, 0.3 of a second. Is he going to go for a lunge into Raskas?
No. Verschoor's close momentarily as well on for Crawford, not 2/10, but yeah, now I'm gonna drop a tiny bit down. But does Arthur Leclerc have a run going into Saint-Devois? He's getting close, and Maney was momentarily cracking under pressure. Leclerc's gaining. Can he go for a late turn? No, not into Saint-Devois, but he is now close. So I think we have a move incoming by Leclerc. He's gonna have to force the way through, and it'll probably be a late send wherever he goes for it. But Leclerc trying to recover now after that qualifying crash yesterday, and I thought he was going to be somewhere up as well for the feature race, obviously, because we would have had reverse good anyway, but I thought it would be a tiny bit more. I think he would have done well in qualifying yesterday, but this is Maloney having to bail out, right at the swimming pool part of the lap. But there we have Crawford and Verschoor. Crawford just keeping the position under massive pressure now by Verschoor here.
This was since picked up on a few laps ago. As Crawford now defending hard from the VAR of Richard Verschoor. It was Giggles meetings as well. It's VAR driving for VAR. Verschoor versus for Van Amersfoort Racing. It's quite funny. The initials on the timing screen make me giggle every time. Look, it's VAR in fourth position.
Yeah, it is really. Both Dutch driver and Dutch team not opening his DRS, did he?
No, he didn't.
I don't think I saw him opening that. So
he had it, but he didn't use it, which is interesting. And it cost him a couple of tenths of a second there. 6 tenths between them.
Maybe time it's under 9 tenths as well.
Oh yeah, 7.
Sorry, Josh.
Yeah, you're right. Look at that. Iwasa and Jaruvalo. This is it. This is the battle at the front. I hope. We still picked up Crawford. No, there they are. There they are. So Iwasa and Jaruvalo closing in, and Crawford and Verschoor battling together. This is getting more entertaining now as the tyres start to die off. On board with Jaruvalo for MP. Might pick a winner for this race in the sprint, going after Iwasa. I said it yesterday in qualifying. I hope you remember as well, Obi and Sim. I said, oh, Richie might actually. I said that this is going to be a close one. Oh, good. Not going mad. Druvela's on him. 7/10. He's nailed in. This is great. Oh, and somebody scraped the barrier there. I heard like a little clunk coming through. Not seeing anyone dropping down the timing screens. Look at the amount of time since Druvela loses coming out of Anthony Nodes onto the straight. He gets it wrong every time, and that's where the gap grows to over a second again.
Yeah, it's the middle part of the track where Druvela seems to be closing up a little bit more, and turn 1 as well. But after that, we see for sure also it's getting closer, and then at some point, maybe also around the final corner, he's just losing the time he's gained again. And we're seeing the same as for multiple cars. Look, in the back behind Vesti, 3/10s, 4/10s, and later on it might end up to 8, 9/10s again. It's just constantly going on like that.
Oh, front wheel coming off the ground there for Druvela as he turns round the turn 6 Lowe's hairpin. 30-mile-per-hour corner in first gear, then boot it hard out of Portier through the tunnel section to the Nouveau chicane. Gap now 1.2 seconds. He's losing so much time to Iwasa. It's unbelievable. These soft tyres were really taking a beating. Hello, the little owl. He's just put it in the chat. Hello. Hope you had a nice holiday, by the way. As they continue on. New lap times, though, as well, getting through Simpsonomi. Best lap times for Anthony Claire, 1:24.701. But actually, look at that. Victor Martins, middle sector, at 38.4. So fastest middle sector for him on that lap time. So Martins is improving massively.
Yes. So Martins on the back of Duran, who has the fastest lap currently. Martins is going to have to just, once again, it's the same story of all of the drivers who are behind, just trying to get the move done. And, well, there's your example. Martins with the fastest lap of this race with a strong ending as well to that. So he's really on it. So he needs to now try and make a move. Now, let's see who is going to make a move.
Fittipaldi.
Will anyone make the move? Well, Fittipaldi's very close, yeah. To Cordial as well. He's super close, so we could be getting a move any second if the TV directors decide to cut to him. But now it's back over to 310. I think Cordial might have got a bad exit or something, because Manuel Carrera is also in that
yes, he is.
now as well.
And look at Vershaw, 5/10 to Crawford. So they're closing in, and this is it now.
Yeah.
Wrong battle to focus on, but can Vershaw go for a late lunch? No. Okay, what about we now see with Fittipaldi's lost out. Vesti's close to Portier. That could be something. The two title rivals are quite tight together. There they are, the back of the picture. Brilliant. There we are. There's Vesti and Portier. This is what we need to see. The title rivals battling together. The gap between Vershaw and Vesti was quite a lot, actually. But this is where the battle brews on. Portier leads the title by 3 points to Vesti at the moment as they swing into the Rascasse. And let's hear from Vershaw.
Oh, mate, he is so slow.
Yeah, I see that, mate. You're doing awesome. Let's keep putting pressure on him. See if he makes a mistake.
Well, mate, he is so slow. So Crawford's slow compared to what Vesti could do. But in that case, then, pass him. You can pass at this track. You can. So you just got to do it. As we see right now, I think Synth as well, if this was on any other track, these gaps we are seeing would have been passed by now. It's just that you've got to time your moments at this track and wait for literally a perfect opportunity to dive bomb.
Yeah, it's so difficult to overtake around this track. We've seen it in the past. We've seen for example, the 2019 Monaco Grand Prix with Hamilton and Verstappen. We've seen 2018 where Ricciardo had lost a lot of power and still managed to win. This is the only track where you can be slow and still win and still keep the cars behind you, because it's so difficult to overtake if you defend very well, but this is so close as well.
It's one ambitious move.
Yes, I will try to put pressure on him because of the fact you have a lot of space.
Druvela wants to push as well in the MP, so they all feel like they've got pace left in their tyres, but they're not going for it, and they're not pushing for it. So there's a lot of work to be done as they sweep through. This is Portier versus Vesti for the final points paying position, but it's a crucial one considering they're championship protagonists. What happened to Vesti? He's not even using DRS and he's got it.
Yeah.
Really bizarre.
Yeah, again, that final corner, he's lost quite some time.
Yeah.
I think that final corner is maybe too difficult with that dirty air. He's just losing so much, and maybe they feel like the main straight is a bit too much of a corner or something, because they're just not deploying, they're not opening their DRS. We've seen it multiple times already that drivers had DRS and just didn't open it. I mean, this is maybe the most useless DRS of all on the calendar, but still they decided to not use it.
This is why I think a push-to-pass system would be better as well, with a battery system where you can deploy your energy throughout the race like they have in IndyCar. Because at this circuit, DRS is useless, and a push-to-pass would be making it more interesting.
They had it in the Formula Regional,
Yeah.
and they drove it here in Monaco as well, and it seemed to work there. Maybe they should just somehow try and do something different only for the Monaco Grand Prix to create some more excitement and to try and get some more battles and more overtakes in this race, because right now it's just nearly impossible for these cars to overtake, and it's going to be even more difficult for the Formula 1 cars later on.
What's happened to Vesti? 2.6? What? Vesti's dropped 2 seconds behind Pourchaire. What has happened to Frederick Vesti?
Maybe a mistake in there, but yeah, push to pass would be absolutely great, because you always have those moments where if someone might have got a good exit out of Portier, they want to challenge all the way down towards the Nouvelle Chicane, but obviously you don't have DRS, so you kind of want that extra assistance, as this is the moment I want to take the lead, kind of like how Sainz almost took it off Perez last year at the Nouvelle Chicane. He had that one chance where he got so tight and forced a bit of a defensive shape by Perez, but obviously he wasn't close enough, so that at that moment a push to pass would have been good for him, that he would have been able to well, at least put alongside, and if you are alongside, then at least you can maybe commit around the outside or give a go for it. And we're just not seeing that. We're just not seeing the drivers even be close enough for any kind of late sends as well. So it's just they always are missing out, and it's not helping that they're not getting, that none of them are getting good exits out of Anthony Nose. We've seen it road as well there. Yeah, so. But it's not helping at all that Anthony knows, because Formula 3 and Formula 2, I've been noticing it. All cars, if you're the chasing car, they've not been getting good exits out of Anthony Nose, which means they can't challenge at the run down towards Sainte-Devote.
So yeah, completely useless DRS zone as well, as it was Cordial who made a little bit of a jump over the Nouvelle Chicane, back up with Crawford and Verschoor. Now Verschoor is 3 tenths in front, sorry, 3 tenths behind Crawford now as they come up to the top. Yeah, Fittipaldi's passed, finally. He's got past, and that must have been at turn 1. Love to see that, please, Mr. Director. Our usual TV director, who is usually very good at catching things like this. But it seems everyone in Monaco is having a Tele Monte Carlo day at the moment. Yeah, we get better shots, but we're not seeing the action that's happened. We've got a yellow flag. Yellow on the track as we see a replay, and this is Vesti holding up Cordial. And yeah, Fittipaldi around the outside. There's a yellow flag on the circuit, and we don't know where or why as of yet.
There we go.
It's Cordial in the wall, and this is going to be a safety car and it is safety car deployed. And
Mirabeau.
How's he done that? Because I don't think he's actually damaged any of the car.
Same
way
where I think maybe.
I have a feeling he's just like this.
Just crashed into me.
He's been hit
by Pourchaire.
It's the same place. It's the same place where Hamilton crashed earlier on in the third practice session, but this is in a different way because he's had some contact.
I think Behrman's pushed into him. I think that's what he said on the radio. Behrman's pushed into me. Well, we'll double check.
See a replay of it soon.
Yeah. So, because that's gone in sideways and it hasn't damaged the suspension, so I'm quite surprised why he hasn't been able to drive away from that, unless like the rear suspension's been cracked.
With Lewis Hamilton's crash in the final practice session, it also looked like there wasn't too much damage, but there was quite a big impact as well. So, well, we'll just see. Maybe he stalled it. That could have been possible as well. But there's the safety car we were waiting for, and I think maybe now the race is going to start. Basically, I think now we may see some more battles, some more overtakes. But I still want to see a replay of why we got the safety car.
He's done it in Mirabeau, so that's going to be a double yellow procedure, by the way. So the slow zone's in effect.
We all want to see a replay of this. But what I was about to say was that well, I wanted to continue on the point of no one getting a good exit out of anti-nose, because we've only seen 2 moves now there, because we had one in F3 and obviously now we had the one in F2 now. But it's just Vesti's backing everyone up. But I don't know even what's happened to him, because he was round the back of the chair, then he's dropped massively down. So it's kind of like so he was backing everyone up, and then you see Fittipaldi getting the move done, and obviously all the way down he was in the system, and I don't even know what's happened to Vesti. Let's have a listen to Batman real quick.
Check on the blink.
Correa hit him.
Turned into me.
Yeah, I think
Correa hit him. Okay.
he was the one closest. I saw it on. I was looking at the times and I saw Correa was close to make the move. He was then probably the one who was next to Cordeal.
Love it.
We want a replay.
Yeah. Here we go.
Here we go.
Let me see. It was Correa down the inside. Just gonna miss it, but
Missed it.
I think
it
we're gonna.
was indeed.
They totally.
Are we gonna
missed
get
it.
it on? That'd be good. No.
I think they have
Correa.
onboards both.
Well, to be fair, Correa's got an onboard camera on, so we could see.
Oh, he
that.
does.
Yeah, I've seen.
Oh, we see.
Yeah.
No, the Ruvla is the. No, wait, it's just different teams.
To be fair, guys, Cordeal and Correa have onboard cameras, according to our press release we get. So they could easily, we could see the onboards, please.
Maybe in a bit.
Oh, we're going to do side by side. What are we here for here? No, let's have
confidence and closer to the wall, because if you think that you have the confidence, because you think I've experienced in Monaco, I know the circuit and so on, is the moment where Monaco will not help you at all.
Renado's in there as well. So Owasa leads, Druvilla, Crawford for sure, Maloney, Doohan, Martins, Porcher, Vesti, Fittipaldi top 10. And how many laps we got left to run? 7. Okay. With 7:58 on the clock. Yeah.
Ending. Yep.
Trying to work out if we're going to go to a timed race. That's it for sure.
I think I'm gonna try to go for it after a safety car. I faith in you and back you up. Be a nice podium position.
Okay, so they're going to go for it. They're all going to go for it. Safety car is coming in this lap. So 7:30 with 8 to go, plus 1 lap. We might just get this. If there's another safety car or anything like that, then we will go to a timed race completion, not a format here. Lights have been extinguished on the pace car. Owasa will lead them. Safety car is ending, so we'll remove the safety car graphic. So the lights will go green once again. Who is going to win the Monaco sprint race? As everyone tries to lock up their tyres and then again crashes. Oh. Yeah, Owasa's backing them up too much. Owasa's going to cause a crash here. He's backing them up way too much.
There he goes.
No,
yes.
No,
he does. Yeah, very early.
That's it, too early. And Crawford nearly to back of Druvilla. For sure's been caught out. Whoa, and they're all nearly hitting the wall. Green flag again. No one will take it to the start line. Behrman's in the pits. Behrman's into the pits. So the good weekend in Baku's gone away from him. As we restart here in Monaco.
He must have run into the back of someone when Drew was backing everyone up. Or when he was backing everyone up.
Love to see the pit lane, please, director. It's almost like we've got Tally Monte Carlo back as well. It's unbelievable, this. Great arty shots, but let's hear from Behrman.
My front right is bent.
Front right's bent.
Oh.
So you're right, he must have hit someone. Behrman's out. So Behrman is out of the race, and now look at Druvilla. He's holding up everybody. 2 seconds already. Owasa has got to the front. 2.3 seconds. Owasa, on a restart, has pulled 3 seconds to Druvilla. Battles on for the podium.
For sure, maybe.
Yeah, can we see anything? Crawford thought about it as well. Porcher and Vesti battling, but Vesti's dropped off too. I think the tyres are too gone. Well, this is fun. Late race drama?
Yeah. Well, maybe. I mean, for sure he's gonna go for it, we just heard on the radio. I think Crawford probably knows that because he was already taking defensive lines in the Nova chicane. So this is gonna end up in a battle, and hopefully we will see some overtakes as well.
Behrman now officially DNFs, down to 17 runners out of the 22 that started the Monaco sprint race as well for Formula 2. 5 laps to go on the board. Unfortunately, though, Omi, it looks like they're going to go straight to the ads because look at the time. Let's go from Juvela.
Something's broken.
Something's
To me,
broken.
looks okay. Will be a brake glazed.
So something's broken on Juvela's car. Explains the 4-second lead Iwasa has. So this is not great at all, as everyone else is now getting held up. So we've had the Trulli train, we've had the Alonso train, now all aboard the Juvela train in Monte Carlo. He's got bust. Stewards. Instant involving. Yeah, investigate after the race for causing a collision. Well, we knew that was coming. Kind of had to be, unfortunately. 4.5. He's going to win this race by miles, Iwasa. Another win
Just like
this
the
year.
F3 sprint, isn't it?
Yeah, just like the F3 sprint this morning as well. Doesn't look like anyone can have any fun today.
Oh, look at this.
Vesti under pressure.
Fittipaldi.
That's going to
Oh, he's so close.
That's too tight for my liking coming through the swimming pool section. Vesti's going to cause an accident here if he's not careful, because he's in a break and someone's going to go right into the back of him. You're pack racing at Monaco. It never ends well, believe me. Poor Chair right in the back of Martins with the fastest lap of the race. Cross the line. 27 of 30. 2 laps done. No, that's okay. Could do it. Down across, up the straight. Beau Rivage. Before Massenet at the top, then Casino Square. So look at that, 4.9 seconds. 5 seconds Iwasa now has. This is a replay. Oh, is that Hauger done in last position? Wow, going takeoff. Hits the sleeping policeman bump. It's blind as well, so you wouldn't have seen that. My goodness. Oh.
Bit of airtime.
That's going to hurt. Somebody get him a chiropractor when he gets out of the car. Through the tunnel. They're taking a very wide line through the tunnel. That's almost where the marbles are. Surprised I'm not seeing anyone in the wall.
Yeah, it is indeed a bit of a wider line, but it's working for them, I guess. And we can see, Vishor is just as close as he was before the safety car. He said he was going to go for it, but it seems like he's struggling just as much as before. But this train, it's just you can't overtake around this circuit. It's so clear. And Fittipaldi, you want to go for it now, but you got to press gas, which is the corner you basically can't overtake. FC Benavides locking up a little bit as well, and it's so close to everyone running into the back of each other.
Vesti's under pressure.
In the back of the train.
Fittipaldi's going to go for it. If we can see the pickup move, there we go. No, Fittipaldi can't do it. Vesti defends, but goes in too deep. Fittipaldi gets a great run. Up Beau Rivage. It's an opportunity for to risk it into Casino Square. Oh, he thought about it. Vesti went defensive and then twitches for it. Fittipaldi might have something down into the Mirabeau hairpin. Nope, too far out. Losing time again. It's been a very interesting race, this one. It's been quite good, actually, compared to this morning's F3. As we ride on board Korea.
Oh, they're getting all so close, but no one's being able to currently go for it. Fittipaldi's been the closest one, but he's now 8/10 as well. So unless we see Hauger get past Novalak, that is 4/10. There was 3/10 momentarily, but Leclerc looking very close after safety to Kushmani, and he's about to actually go right now. So we're going to see him in the background. There he is, Leclerc and Maney just making their way through. That currently seems to be the closest. We have Maloney now closer to Vachor as well. Leclerc having a go, but you can't go it. You can't make the move into Tabac, but Vachor, he's been on the attack for so long, and watch Leclerc, he's super close now, and he might have a go into Raskas, but it looks like he might be a bit too far back. Also, Hauger close to Novalak as well. However, Maloney, we got to keep an eye on Maloney also now, attacking Vachor. Vachor not being able to attack Crawford like before, and here comes Leclerc. He has a big chance going into Sandoval.
He's got the DRS, he's going to pull to the outside line. First on track move of the day. That's a very brave move. He's going to have to back out of it. Maybe going to cut back at the exit. No. Oh, nearly put in the wall. The Dirtier so much. 1:22.819. Fastest lap of the race goes to Doohan as well. And Leclerc's all over the back of Maney for 14th place. 2 to go and the timer has run out. So we're now into a timed race, but it's 45 minutes plus 1 lap. ago will have the lap completed, and as we heard from Omi earlier, as soon as the checker flag falls, Sky will probably go to an ad break.
Sadly.
Yeah.
We always say it, don't we? But Shaw's not back, actually, behind Crawford as well. So, very quick change. Maloney now has dropped down. And, so yeah, we have now Shaw back to where he was before, attacking on the back of Crawford. But he doesn't have too long. He's been stuck behind. He now basically just needs to send it if he wants the podium. And he'll love a podium, but he just needs to make the move. So this is going to be great now, right at the end, if he's going to be able to go for it. He's super close now as he goes through the gas, but he just needs to stay close. We're on the final lap. He has one final lap to make this move, and he'll have one last opportunity. Can he do it to Sandoval?
He's got very close once again. He's opened up the DRS this time in towards Sandoval on turn number 1. Crawford goes defensive. No, can't do it since. Where's Vershaw going to find it? Surely Mirabeau.
Yeah, well, that's going to be his best opportunity, or the Novel chicane, but if that's going to be defended, there's nowhere to go. So he's losing a little bit through here as well, through Massenet and Casino Square. He needs to get a great exit, and he's nearly going to hope maybe for a mistake of Crawford, because otherwise there's no way through.
Awassa's going to try and do it again. He won the sprint race, of course. He's won a sprint and a feature. It's going to be his 3rd win of the year. 2nd sprint, 1 feature. As they come through, Crawford is all over the back of Vershaw. Porchere's all over the back of Martins as well. Fittipaldi, Correa, Benedives battling as well with Vesti. So there's all sorts of moves that could potentially happen on the last lap here at Monaco. Into the Nouvelle chicane. He can't do it this time for the podium. He's not so close though. He was good through the swimming pool into Tabak and Raskas. He's looking left and right. Can't find a move. We pick up Awassa, who is in the Raskas now. The last 2 corners through Anthony Noakes. It's been a perfect afternoon's work in the sprint race. Amama Awassa finishes in first for the 3rd time, and this time it's as a Monaco Grand Prix winner. Awassa wins in Monaco. Drumula holds off for 2nd. 7 seconds later, Crawford finishes 3rd ahead of Vershaw by 4/10 of a second. Maloney 5th. Dewan gets the fastest lap in 6th. And then we're going to get Martins ahead of Pocher. Vesti, who holds off Fittipaldi, Correa, Brad Benedives as well in there too. Falling back with Stanak, Maini, Leclerc, Haugen, Novalak. Getting the points. Novalak with that 10-second time penalty, pushing him down to 17th. Behrman, Cordial, Hadjar, Nazani and Boschung out of the race. What a race, Synth. Quite good, that.
Yeah, it was really interesting. Even though we didn't see many moves, it was just so close together, and we were just hoping someone would go for it. It was really close, especially towards the end with Vershaw.
Let's hear from Awassa.
Yeah, hey, we are the Monaco winner. Yes, well done, man. Well done. Very good job. Very good one. That's a good recovery from yesterday. Good job to you.
What did you make of it, Omi?
Yeah, even though we didn't get many moves, wow, it was never a race where we wanted to fall asleep at all. But there was always that story of, is anyone going to make a mistake? And there were so many different little scraps going on across the field. Ayum Avasta, after that restart, absolutely catch Derubal out, then just pounced out of town, and then Derubal not having anything to do, as we're going to have a listen with him. Oh, we won't, because Sky have done what we expected, so there we go.
Who knew that was coming? Oh, well. Okay, so we won't get to show you the podium, unfortunately, but that's to be expected. So we've gone through the results as well. Let's just have a final wrap around and go into tomorrow. First of all, though, guys, question to you, Synth. Who's going to be on pole position for the Formula 1 race?
I'm going to say Verstappen.
Good pick. Omi, what about you?
Leclerc.
Nice. Right, thoughts going into tomorrow's F3 and F2 races as well. Rain in the air. Okay. As we see. Okay. What do you think, Synth, what's going to happen tomorrow?
Yeah, well, I think we can conclude from this race, from these 2 races, that we maybe need some rain tomorrow to make it very exciting, that's for sure. But well, it's still going to be very interesting to watch them. But yeah, we just need some more overtakes, and we know at the moments of a safety car restart, those are the most exciting parts, together with the start, of course. So maybe we just need some more safety cars tomorrow.
Omi?
Well, we just kind of need some more action, and yeah, a bit of a damp circuit would help with that. As we'd have more cars running offline and just more overtaking opportunities. So a damp circuit would be good. Yeah, I'm hoping that the Formula 3 and Formula 2 feature race is a tiny bit more exciting. I think Formula 2's will definitely be. I can't guarantee about Formula 3, but usually it is a tiny bit better. So I think Formula 3 will also have a great race as well. But it's been but the Formula 2 sprint has definitely been better than the Formula 3. It always had that moment where sometimes you are on the edge of your seat and you have so many different question marks. We didn't have a clue who was going to win, even though it is Monaco. We kind of thought Derulo might have had a little shot when he was closing in, but there was always those moments where the race just got more exciting and then calmed down, and then obviously the safety car right at the end. Well, Ivasa checked out, but then there was always that question, will Derulo take second, and what about, will Shaw be able to deny Crawford as well? So it was a great sprint race day. I'll be in the pits tomorrow, so that's also going to be exciting, and I'm hoping that we have a great race tomorrow for the sprint and feature.
It's going to be fantastic. Thanks, Omi. Thank you, Synthel. Right, we'll be back then for the Formula 3 and Formula 2 tomorrow, as well as the Porsche Super Cup race as well with Omi in the comms box. Next up, though, in around about half an hour, you can join us for all the action from the Monaco Grand Prix qualifying. Thanks for your company, guys. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.